Today we're going to talk about dream life energy. Okay, we're going to talk about how you can attract more and how you can attract bigger into your life, how that you can become magnetic to your dreams, or more magnetic to your dreams, I would say. And we will talk about it from the standpoint of desperate energy. So some of you might feel that you will resonate with this today, and some of you might feel that, wow, this was me before. Before you tell yourself that this was you before, you may still have tendencies of being desperate. Desperation is repellent to your dream. Desperation can really be the one thing that is blocking your next desire and blocking you from really attracting and becoming that kind of magnet to your next desire. It doesn't matter what your dream is, okay? So we do have different type of dreams, different type of desires, depending on stages that we are in life and so forth. But desperate energy and being desperate towards something is repellent in all sorts of becoming more magnetic or attracting things into your life. Why desperate energy is repellent to your dreams and to your ideal self and ideal life is because you are not thinking straight. Think about it yourself. If you've ever been like those people, I've definitely been in those, so I'm with you here. Those people who are like, why haven't he or she texted me yet? Or why isn't this coming into my reality right now? Why is this person suddenly acting strangely? And when will it contact me? You know, all these kind of questions. Or why don't I get this kind of call from this job? Or why is, you know, all of these kind of things that we start to get a little bit, you know, why? I need this now. What is happening? I'm starting to get worried. My pulse is raising, you know, all of that. That is desperate energy, and that desperate energy make you not thinking straight. When you're not thinking straight and when you begin to be up in your mind is when your energy and your vibrations start to become really, really wobbly. So when you are in this other type of energy and when you're up in your mind, you begin to not act authentically any longer, and you're not in your genuine states. Okay, you're not genuine to things that you want, so you're not like actually naturally just in this kind of receptive state any longer. So this is why desperate energy becomes very repellent. Now, how can desperate energy look like when we feel that we kind of moved away from, it can still be you, definitely, but many of us have also moved away a little bit from this state of why is this person not texting me? We have matured a little bit. We have seen things from another perspective. We have done the inner spiritual growth when it comes to those perspectives, so to say. So when we are in kind of the next phase of that growth, we may not always see that we are so desperate. Okay, so some examples of how we can be desperate and how this is something that I see like so often. For instance, your partner calling you and you are on hold, like waiting, picking up your phone directly when your partner calls you, even though you do something else, like you're in your own zone or you are sitting having a good conversation with your friend, like you're picking up the phone anyways. Okay, some can argue that, you know, maybe it's something urgent and maybe my kids need something or whatever it might be, right? But that's still desperate energy. That is still some certain type of needy energy or some type of energy of that, you know, I will put everything else on hold around me so that I can pick up this phone because this must be urgent, right? That is not coming from a genuine state. If my partner really needs to get in contact with me, I have to trust and rely that he will call me twice or that he will send me a text message asking me to call him up because there is something urgent, or just writing what it is, right? I used to have a friend that every time that we met, his girlfriend called him every time. And they were talking for like 5-7 minutes, and you know, he was sitting there and talking while we were, you know, having this conversation. So I heard his conversation, right? And it was, according to me at least, very insignificant things that you can take that with your partner when you're coming home. And that for me was very repellent. Okay, so eventually I began to not feel that it was so fun meeting him, because it was like, okay, every time that we are actually meeting and every time we are actually going to have catch up with each other and just having a good vibe and being with each other, you will be on the phone with your girlfriend. Like, why should you put my energy, my like kind of time on hold? Why should I sit here and wait, listening to you having a very mundane, I don't know, even conversation with your girlfriend, right? So this is the thing, and what I noticed was that he was not picking up of like pure happiness and pure like excitement, like my girlfriend is calling, I have to check what she's saying, please can you wait a couple of seconds or whatever. It was like this energy of like, she's calling, I have to pick it up, right? And this is very, very different. Like the vibration that we carry, we always have to focus on our vibration. Okay. Another thing, for instance, is this kind of you're canceling or you're putting other people on hold. This might be, for instance, that let's say that you're dating someone or you have a different type of work shifts, right? That can be also an example. You're having a friend that is asking you for like, should we meet up this weekend? Yeah, we can meet up, but I don't know what day yet I will meet this person or if my job will call. So can we kind of have it a little bit on hold? Can we wait a little? And of course, that is maybe okay to do once or twice or whatever. But it's still like the energy that is bringing in with it. And also, like, you can either actually do it a little bit better, a little bit improved up, according to me, because that is still an energy that you put your life on hold. You wait with other plans so that you can decide with someone else, right? It's another thing if you just send the text message and saying like, I'm waiting for an answer from this person. So when I received an answer because we were just talking about when we are going to meet, that is another thing. But just this kind of, we have said that we will meet sometime this weekend. So can we wait? Like, why would you put your friend on hold because of that? Seriously. That is weird, according to me. So, and that is also desperate energy once again. It's an energy of that I'm pleasing, I'm here, I'm going to sit and wait, and I'm not going to make my own plans because our plans are the most important. Instead, you can do, for instance, call that person up and just like, hey, I need to make my plans. I know we said we're going to meet this weekend, but I have other things I want to schedule, right? So what day can we meet? Or you make that dates and that date with your friend and then call that other person just like, hey, I just have these and these on my schedule. If you want to meet, I have room for you at this point, right? This is how we first and foremost also become more attractive in itself, become more attractive in general, but also to our dream, because I do really believe that we don't need to sit and wait for our dreams. We don't need to sit and wait for the perfect opportunity. We make the opportunities for us. And I can sit here, and you maybe listen to many videos of mine, like I haven't always been in these states, okay? I haven't always had the different perspectives that I bring to you, or I haven't always, been so sure in this, so secure in this, so confident in this, right? I've been practicing this. I've been noticing my own patterns. I've been noticing my own energies and just like, does it feel great right now to put myself on hold because I'm waiting for someone else? Or does it feel great quitting everything I do in the moment when I'm having a great time for myself or journaling session or whatever, but the phone is ringing and I'm going and picking that up? Does that feel great to me? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And this, once again, it's an underlying desperate energy, actually. And we don't do desperate energy, especially if we want to attract our next desire. We don't do desperate energy. Hey there, beautiful. I just think that I didn't make my point that clear as I wanted to. So I just want to mention that, the energy that we store within can be energy that kind of are a little bit in the way. It gets foggy, it gets a little bit stuck energy in our bodies and in our field. And when we do things as being very desperate, that can also affect other areas in our lives. So even though these examples that I give maybe not be, exactly what is aligned to your dream or how you can see that, like how is that connected to attracting my dream life, this is really connected just because we can have this energy stored within us, and that is in the way for us to have an open energetic space for calling in what it is that we want to attract. And usually when we have a certain type of habit, and especially when it comes to behaviors, we don't just have it in a specific situation, but it doesn't really matter what situation you find it in. Just find the situation where it's easiest for you to spot. And if you spot it in a situation, you know that you actually carry that desperate energy. And then you know that as long as you break that habit in those areas where you notice it, be sure that you will also do it in other areas as well, because you're creating a new behavioral habit. So I just wanted to mention that. And yeah, let's continue. Another thing, yeah, okay, take my story and apply it for your own situation. I'm new in my business, okay? So I'm quite new also in these kind of communities in general, and I have a quite small audience at this moment. I have grander plans for myself. I want to evolve in my business. I want to expand my business, but I don't want to do it from a desperate place. Okay, so sometimes I hear people saying to me that I should take different type of collaborations, or that I should maybe put myself out there a little bit more, so that I can evolve in my business. And I understand what they can come from some certain type of place. But what I also do see is that there are many people who do different type of collaborations with each other, and it doesn't go well because they're not aligned. They are not working well together, or they're not just aligned with what they're talking about, but just because that collaboration may seem to be good for their business, they said yes to that collaboration. And I don't do that. And I know that people say that you may be not in a position to do that yet. You know, maybe you should say yes to a little bit more things, and then when you're bigger, you can say no. Why should I create a habit of going against my alignment, going against what I believe in, going against what resonates to me, now, and believe that it will be easier for me to not have that habit later, or it will be like, what? Like, we do not create our lives. We do not create our dream lives from a state of, I do this now and then I can tweak it later, even though it doesn't feel resonant to me now. No, we don't do that. Maybe things take longer time for me then. Maybe it would be great for me to be a little bit more like open to that type of person and showing interest even though I wasn't that interested, right? Yeah, maybe that would help once or twice or something. But does that resonate to me? Does that go according to my values? No, it doesn't. So then it's desperate energy. I'm not being authentic any longer. Desperate energy is not authentic. So then I will not create from that genuinity either, right? So then I will be desperate. Then I will go to that collaboration and be desperate to get some new people entering my world or whatever, you know, getting something out of it, having high expectations in regards to it, right? Feeling desperate that I need to, you know, be in a certain type of way, even though I don't feel that, you know, that person really understands me or sees me or whatever, right? So this is something that I see actually with many creators, that they do these different type of events with people that they necessarily don't want to do these events with. And what do they do it for? Desperate energy. So you can apply this for your own situation. Maybe you're not like your business owner, maybe you're not having these things, but it can be just whatever. You want to meet new friends and you are putting yourself out there, so to say, in different social settings. And people saying that you have to go to more parties, you know, you have to go to more of these parties, because if you're not putting yourself out there, you will not meet your friends. Maybe your friends aren't those people who are at parties in that kind of setting, those kind of parties, right? So, what? No, that's desperate energy. You're not genuine. That's desperate energy. I think you understand me at this point. And I want you to really look through into your own situation, like for a dream that you have, for a desire that you have, that you feel is something that is, there's something in the way, or you maybe even tell yourself that you are stuck or that you are blocking yourself, which is not a language that we should use, just saying. But we might talk in those kind of, explanations, or we might talk in those kind of sentences. If you feel that way, or if you feel that things are just like a little bit slow progress or whatever, you're a little bit frustrated, you're a little bit like you want things to happen, you know, you want to get the momentum going, so to say. Have a look if it can actually be that you in some way have this kind of desperation towards your dream, have this kind of I need it to happen now, I need it to happen in this way, I need it to happen with this kind of setting or with this kind of person, you know, when we have this kind of neediness once again, and when we're also doing it from a state of not being genuine, actually, when we're feeling that we need to, we almost feel a little bit, you know, rushed. You know that energy. I know that. Like if you've been drawn to this video in one way or another, do understand what I mean when we talk about desperate energy. And sometimes we can have had this kind of desperate energy in some area and we are not really yet done with it, so it shows up in a new area. And then, as I said in the beginning, it can be a little bit hidden, it can be a little bit masked. So that's why we have to look through that and see a little bit and open up our perspective to that. Where can I be a little bit like repellent to my dream, so to say? Where can I feel that I'm actually not getting into the state of that I really do it from my authenticity? Take a little bit look into your own situation. Where might I come from a state where I'm a much more up in my mind, I have this rushed energy, or I have this energy of putting things on hold because I'm waiting for this one thing. That is also a very like common example for desperation, right? And then how do I want to change that? What kind of vibration do I want to give into this situation instead? And how can I do that? What are the habits that I need to change? Because usually it is kind of like behavioral habits that we have in regards to this. Okay, I'm soon holding a masterclass in regarding to becoming more satisfied and knowing a little bit more about your energies, like really managing your energies and your vibration on an everyday basis. So keep your eyes up. I will talk about it very much soon. And yeah, keep on listening to your Within Talks, and I see you next time. Bye.